Michelle's gonna help me load up a couple nest boxes and pallets. Then we're gonna run them up to my daughter's house. Get in, we'll load up the other pallets. See if I can get in here without hurting myself. That wasn't too bad. We got 6 or 7 more. Let me get up here and then go ahead and bring me another pallet. Yep, last one. I can get it like that. Give me that. Put a few ratchet straps on this and we'll be on the road. Hopefully she'll get some good use out of those nest boxes. I'll be putting some solar powered fans in the hoop coop today. Keep those chickens a little bit cooler and give them some fresh air at the same time. Let's open it up and see what we got. As you might expect, we got a solar panel. This must be the built-in battery on the back of it. One fan, another fan, and got a couple extra grills. I guess they're going in the back. way no chicken gets their finger stuck in it. Some screws. Here's some specs on it for you tech savvy people. I believe this built-in battery ought to have a little bit of charge. So I'm going to plug the fan in and see which way that fan blade is running. The battery itself has a on and off switch back here with a mode. I believe it controls how fast the fan spins. But here's an individual on and off switch. Each fan has one. So more air is blowing out of this side, which I would think that's the back of the fan, but what I'm going to do is switch this grate over to this side, because in my application today, I don't think it's going to be necessary to have a grate on both sides of it. I'm going to be mounting this fan directly to the hardware cloth. That way it'll save me the trouble of having to drill out a hole to mount the fan on. I'm actually going to be using zip ties through these holes to hold the grate on, to hold the fan to the hardware cloth. So I'm not going to need all these screws in there. But for now, I'm going to put them in, and I'll take out a couple of them to run zip ties through. Now to get the bracket mounted that holds the solar panel. Going old school today, no power tools. About to run out of room to put solar panels up here. Unfortunately, the direction of the sun changes a lot up here from season to season. In the colder months, I don't believe these are going to get much light at all to charge up. All right, there we go. Let me show you something real quick. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'll try to take a close-up of it. Whoops. These guys were thoughtful enough to put a little dab of adhesive on that nut, so when you're screwing on that thumb screw, you don't lose the nut and it don't fall on the ground or anywhere. Let me get this little wire tie off of here. And I run this cable down through the top of the hoop coop through that chicken wire, and it's exposed right here on the end. Then we'll go inside and Find a good place to mount those things. If I have enough cable for these fans, I'm going to try to mount one on either side of the door, pulling air inwards. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to attach the fan to the hardware cloth with some zip ties. So I'm going to remove a couple of these screws holding that fan grate on there. That way I can run the zip tie through the holes. There's nothing on the back of the fan. I didn't put a grate on there. It's just going to be up against the hardware cloth. I don't want to cinch that one down until I get the other one on there. That don't look too bad, does it? Cut the ends off of those zip ties real quick. The instructions say to let that solar panel charge for at least 6 hours before you use it. Starting to have a mess of wires hanging all in this place. So it kicked on. I don't know if you hear that whenever I plugged it in. But here's the switch. I can manually turn it off. Let's see if I can get the other one mounted on the hardware cloth on the other side of that door right there. I'm hoping this cable on this fan is long enough to run over the top of the door and back down. Oh yeah, I got all this extra cable here. Be sure it works. I need to take those 2 screws out, don't I? Most difficult part of this job so far has been getting a hold of those zip ties once I stick them through the hardware cloth and getting them turned back around to come inward. But over here I can reach through, so this won't be so bad. I think I had a zip tie somewhere. I'm gonna have to go get another one. All right, back in business. All these cables in here are starting to look like a mess. Got a wad of cables up here for the solar night lights. Got this one here for the fan. Got these down here for the automatic chicken door, which is solar powered, and the other cable right here is for the manual switch. I believe I'm gonna have to do something to clean this all up and make it look a little neater. All right, that's a little bit cleaner look. Say, the battery hadn't had a chance to charge up, but I got both fans pulling air inward, and hopefully it'll push air all the way through and out the back side of the coop. Even at nighttime, it gets awful hot in here when the chickens are up on roofs trying to sleep. So hopefully they'll find some relief with these two solar powered fans. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch you next time here at Diddle Do Homestead. Have a good evening, everybody.